Hi there, Luke from Downforce's product team here. Just here to give you a very quick demo of our project planning tool. Now, quite often when talking with our clients and partners, we get the question of where should they set up a strategic project to see the biggest bang for their buck in terms of soil carbon sequestration and soil health restoration. So this could be for a regen ag program, could be for piloting a new product such as a biostimulant, or it could even be for setting up an actual verified registered carbon project. Either way, we suggest heading over to our project planner where you can enjoy some functionality that will allow you to customize your property and customize the assessment area to really then analyze long-term carbon potential and historical carbon trends. So with that all being said, let's look at the screen where we've got our project planning interface. We can see our property on the left, we can see a chart on our right, and this chart demonstrates the long-term carbon behavior of our entire property. You can see that I'm looking at the 3-year central moving average, and that is a 3-year average rolling on from every point. So 18 months prior, 18 months post a specific point in time to give you a really good understanding of uh, the, the consolidated carbon storage for that point in time. Now, as you can see for this property, we've seen really positive performance in the historical long-term carbon trends. We can see that we're building carbon year after year after year. But what we might want to do is investigate a historical baseline and a future capacity. So how much more carbon do we believe you could store? You can see that already we are well above our baseline, and that is a historical average. It might be a baseline that we can tweak over time if you can show that you significantly change your practices at a certain point, then that can become the new baseline. But without knowing anything about your property, we are going to use history as our baseline, and that's why you can see that the baseline here is 178,000 tons. But we can see that very quickly we're storing more carbon than that. We've actually added several tens of thousands of tons just years after the baseline. And if we trace through the trend line, as you can see here, we're on track to hit our estimated capacity in, what's that, about 3 or 4 years' time, which is really, really positive to see. It's actually outstanding performance. But we may not set up a project across our whole property. We might want to set up a project across a certain portion of our property so as to manage risk and manage cost, etc. And that is the true functionality of this page where you can go into create custom project area. Here we'll see an interface that's quite similar to our area of interest page. Right here, I can put the custom project area name, test one, and now I've got 3 options to select how I want to set up the project. Do I want to select by paddocks? Well, that's nice and easy. I just go click, click, click. There we go. Easy done. Save area. Or I can upload boundaries or even draw the boundaries in. But what I've done is just select the field, select the paddocks. That's now processing the data. It's going to generate new data for me to really understand for that area that I've selected, what is the carbon performance, the historical carbon sequestration. But of course, any good demonstrator prepares something earlier. So that is why I've got my river project area. I've just called it because it's occurring alongside the river. We can see that for this portion of my property, which is 656 hectares out of my 4,379 hectares, we are again seeing really strong performance, perhaps not as distinct as the rest of the property, but still very positive performance. We can still see that we're trending in the right direction. We can see that we estimate you can store an additional, call it 9,000 tons. So if you multiply that by 3.4 to get tons of CO2 equivalent, or you hit the units bar here, click save, and we can see that we've got about 32,704 tons of carbon dioxide equivalent left to store in this project area. So it's a really solid candidate for a regen project or a carbon project, or to pilot new products to really see if we can boost that carbon sequestration even more. So you've seen here some of the key features, some of the key functions for our project planning suite. You can see the long-term carbon storage on the right-hand side in the chart. You can set up your own project area any way you want through this workflow here. And then you've got the table at the top to give you the headlines. How much area are we looking at? What is the historical baseline? What was the latest amount of carbon that we detected stored? And then what additional carbon can you store on top of that? We hope you enjoy the product. Please reach out to the team at support@downforce.tech to share feedback. We always listen to our clients and partners and update according to the feedback that we get. Thank you very much for watching.